So I'm going to speak with you guys today on lust because you men need to get control over your lust. Okay, this is something that's a problem for 99% of men, especially young men, is you guys are constantly giving into lust. And you don't understand, most of you have no fucking idea how bad this is for you, how it's draining the vitality of your spirits, of your mind, and of your body. So I'm going to tell you a little story and give you an analogy. Okay? I'm not the first person to tell this story. I've heard it before, and I'm going to regurgitate it to you because I think it's very valuable. So, ancient Eskimos. Ancient Eskimos, what they would do is, living out in the tundra in the freezing cold, they would have wolves attack their village. So when wolves would attack their village, this is what they would do. They would get knives. They would get these nice knives and they would sharpen them to a point where the blade was razor sharp. Okay? So sharp that it could cut through flesh like butter. Razor sharp knives. Okay? Then with these knives, what they would do is they would dunk them in blood, let that layer of blood freeze over, and then dunk it in blood again. Let that layer freeze over, then dunk it in blood again. Let that layer freeze over until they basically had a blood popsicle. Okay? It's like a blood popsicle. So with this blood popsicle, at night, they would stick it in the ground, in the snow, with the knife, the blade pointing up, and it's like a blood popsicle just sticking out of the ground. And so at night, when the wolves would come by, their highly sensitive sense of smell would pick up the scent of the blood. They'd be drawn right to these blood popsicles sticking out of the snow. And so the wolf would start licking the blood popsicle, running its tongue up and down, licking up the blood, licking up the layers of frozen blood over and over and over and over until eventually it wore down all the frozen blood and got down to the blade. Okay? So it would start licking the blade. Now, because the ice would desensitize the nerves on the wolves' tongues, they couldn't really feel it. The knife was so razor sharp and their tongues were so desensitized that they would be running their tongue up and down this blade and they wouldn't even feel it. So over and over and over, they're just licking a razor sharp blade over and over and over again. And then what would happen is it would make the wolves' tongues bleed. And so as they're licking this, what once was a blood popsicle, they're licking this blade. Now their tongue is bleeding and they smell that blood. They smell their own blood. And so they lick even faster and harder. It drives them into a feeding frenzy. So they lick more and more and more and more. They just keep on licking, start licking up their own blood. They can't feel the pain until eventually their tongue is shredded into ribbons. Shredded to ribbons. And then the wolf goes away, it goes off, it bleeds out, and it dies. This is what it's like when you guys keep going back to lust. When you keep giving your energy to lust, you're like the wolf that keeps on licking that blade over and over and over again. And what happens is you get numb. You're numb. You're desensitized. You keep on going back to it because it numbs you. You don't feel the pain. It doesn't cause any pain. You just lick that blade over and over again, and you're tasting your own blood, and you like it. So you just lick that blade over and over and over. And the more that you do that month after month, year after year, the more you deplete the vitality of your spirits, of your mind, and of your body. And then you're walking around like this empty vessel, this shell of yourself. No vitality in your eyes. Spiritually dead. Spiritually dead. You guys need to understand this. If you don't get your lust under control, you ain't got shit under control. You're not going to evolve into the man that you truly need to be. You're not, because it numbs you. It's like a drug. It's one of the most widely used drugs in the world for young men. It's destroying young men, destroying them. And it's so normalized. You know why? Because they want it to be. They want it to be normalized. Whoever you want to say is in charge, the masses, the elites, whoever that is to you, you need to understand they want you guys to be slaves to lust. Because they know if they can emasculate men, if they can get them to drain themselves of vitality, they can create sheep. They can have men who don't stand up to fights. They can have men who are easy to manipulate. They can have men who are docile, submissive, and weak. That's exactly what they want. And so, from a very young age, they want to get those claws of lust into you as young as possible. As young as possible. You first downloaded Instagram, TikTok, and you start scrolling, you've never searched a single thing. The algorithm doesn't even know what you like yet because you haven't even used that shit yet. The first things you're going to see are sexually explicit things that try to put lust in your mind. That's exactly what they want. You could be a little ass kid getting TikTok or Instagram for the first time, and that's the shit you're going to see by default. Why is it everywhere? Why is it free? Why is there so much pornography on the internet, and why is it free? Because it emasculates you. It gets you to give up your own life force energy. It dulls your mind. It weakens your spirit. It weakens your physical health. It makes you a docile sheep who can't stand up for shits. Weak ass aura, just drifting through life. Hazy ass mind. No motivation to get shit done. No creative life force energy moving through you. No yang, no fire, no fight in you. You don't have any fight in you. So then they can just tell you whatever they want you to believe and you'll just take it in. Okay. It's really not much different than using heroin, guys. The fucking feeling is the same. It might be shorter, but it's the same kind of feeling, and you're just docile. It just lowers your vitality, lowers your energy, and you're slow. You're slow, you're soft, you lack vitality, you're easy to manipulate by people, by women, men don't respect you, and the elites and whoever you want to say is in control, they can just string you along like puppets on their strings because you're another emasculated, weak sheep like the 99%. Why? Because you give in to your lustful urges. Over and over and over, and you stay trapped in that cycle. It numbs you. And then you're just that wolf, licking that blade over and over again, shredding yourself to fucking shreds, into ribbons. When you take back control of your energy, what happens? I just recommend you guys experiment with what it's like to go on streaks. Just to go on streaks. Just give it up. Here's one place to start. Social media is going to try to do everything in its power to make sure that lust is always at the forefront of your mind. So what I did, this is exposing yourself to material that is going to trigger temptations and urges. Okay? That's number one. So every single time, this is what I did with Instagram. I never wanted to use TikTok. I hate TikTok, but I upload my videos there, so I have to be on there so I can reach more people with my content. But what I did is anytime that I would see anything sexually explicit come up, women posing in fucking bikinis and dumbass shit I don't need to see, you go to the bottom, or maybe it's at the top, there should be 3 little dots. And a few options will pop up. Report, I don't want to see this, hide things like this, whatever. Click on I don't want to see shit like this, and it'll ask you why? Why not? And you'll tell it why. It's not relevant, it's inappropriate, whatever. You need to do that over and over and over and over and over and over again until eventually the algorithm decides, okay, we can't get this guy. He never wants this out. Whenever we put some sexual shit in front of his face, He always taps those buttons. He removes it every single time because it's going to keep trying. That's the thing. You could do it 10, 20 times. It'll still keep trying for a while. You have to do it every single time. You see some sexually explicit shit come up. You got to press those little buttons and say, hey, I don't want to see this shit. Over and over and over. And the more that you guys stop your scrolling and you stop and you watch some shit, the algorithm watches everything you do. It's like, oh, you like that, huh? We'll show you more of that. So then you're just asking to see it more. When the algorithm sees, because they're monitoring everything you do to try to optimize your feed to keep you on the apps as long as possible, when they see that you never stop to look at anything sexually explicit and you always remove it, eventually, after you do that over and over and over, eventually they get the picture, okay, well, fuck it, we're not going to show him this anymore because it doesn't work. He doesn't want to see it. Okay, we'll show him other shit. My feed is full of fucking fitness shit and nutrition shit and some memes and shit. That's it, because I removed all that fuckery from my feeds. So start there. You guys need to remove the temptations and the triggers, because the more you allow it to have space in your consciousness, the more triggered you're going to be, the more you're going to want to keep going back to licking that fucking blade and depleting yourself of your vitality. So that's the first place. That's step one, okay? Step fucking one. Write this down if you need to, guys. Step one, remove all the sexually explicit shit out of your feed. Minimize your exposure to it as much as possible, including the people around you, your loser degenerate friends who just think it's cool. I remember I used to hang out with this dude. We would smoke weed together. I got expelled from my high school, got locked up for 9 months. Then I went to my alternative school. I met this guy. We would hang out. We would smoke weed together. And I remember he would do this thing. He would be like, he would just show me a picture of some random girl. Like, hey, bro, what do you think about this? Do you think she's hot? Rate her from 1 to 10. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't care. Gives a fuck. Give a fuck what she looks like. What's her energy like? What's her mind like? Give a fuck what her shell looks like. Doesn't mean shit. In fact, if she's showing off her body, she's not my kind of woman. Period. So guess what? I needed to remove that individual from my life, because you'll be around your loser degenerate friends who are always talking about girls and hooking up and all this weird shit. If you're constantly around these individuals who validate and live this kind of lifestyle, well, guess what? It's going to keep on rubbing off on you, and you're going to keep on getting pulled back into it. Okay? You're going to keep getting pulled back into it. So, the 2 steps. Remove all the sexually explicit shit from your feed. Got to do it over and over. And then remove the people, or minimize your exposure to people who bring up these topics, who try to get you to focus on sexual shit. You guys need to cleanse your minds, okay? And then 3, here's what I highly recommend. This is what I did, okay, several years back. Binge watch videos on semen retention. Just fill your mind. So what you're going to do, first, you're going to remove all the shit from your consciousness that makes you want to indulge in a temptation, that triggers temptations. First, you remove the bullshit, and then you start adding in, bringing in new shit in its place. So what is that stuff? That's going to be videos learning about the topic. Why semen retention changed somebody's life. There are so many fucking videos out there of different guys giving their testimonies, telling you, even myself, I have videos, some of the first videos I made, because once I started holding on to my seed, that's when I started making content in the first place. That was necessary for me to start doing what I do today, by the way. If I didn't get control over that, we wouldn't be fucking talking right now. You wouldn't be watching me, because I'd still be a dumbass sheep working my bitch ass 9 to 5, eating fast food and being a loser. Okay? So you need to binge watch videos on the topic. This is what I would do. Just constantly fill your consciousness. Talking about women attraction, talking about the increased motivation, the energy, talking about all these things, the confidence, the aura that you cultivate from holding on to your sexual energy and not dirtying your mind, okay? You need to learn about it. Just constantly learn about it. Watch videos about it. Fill your consciousness with how beneficial this is for you. If you don't do that, you're going to forget. You're going to get tempted sometime and be like, and you'll go back to it, okay? You need to constantly be learning and filling your mind with how beneficial this is for you. So 3 steps. Number 1, remove all the lustful shit from your awareness as much as you can, out of your social media, out of your feed. Number 2, remove the people around you who try to make you focus on these same things. And then 3, start learning more about the topic. Watch videos on it. I have many on my channel. Look up Paul Bryson semen retention. Fill your mind with it about how beneficial this is for you, so you're constantly reminded of how good this is, that you're doing this for yourself. And then number 4, start going on streaks. Just go, see how long you can go, just starting with 1 or 2 fucking days. Okay? 2, 3 days. Try to go just a few days without it. See how you feel. Notice the contrast. Notice the change in your confidence. Notice the glow in your eyes. Notice the change in your tonality. Notice how you feel more vibrant and motivated to get shit done. Just feel the difference. And then the more that you do this, day after week, and don't expect yourself to be perfect. You're very likely to fall off the wagon, okay? It's almost, no guy almost ever just goes completely cold turkey and that's it. You need to go on streaks. Go as long as you can. You may relapse. That's okay. Just get back up. You may relapse again. This is the thing, guys. A lot of guys, what they do is they might go 2 days, they relapse. They might go 3 days, they relapse. They might go 2 days, they relapse. They might go 1 day, they relapse. They might go a week, then they relapse. They might go 2 weeks, and they relapse. What you're doing, though, is you're getting used to how it feels to go on longer and longer streaks, and you're noticing how it feels to not be depleting your sexual energy. You're noticing the difference. Your energy feels different. You are more confident. You're more assertive. You feel stronger. Your testosterone feels higher. You're more driven to get shit done. You're more creative. You're less intimidated and less scared. You're not walking around all anxious and depressed and demotivated and feeling like a little soft punk. You notice the difference when you go on streaks. And so the more streaks you go on, like I said, you're probably going to relapse. Keep on going on streaks, though. And the more you get used to that, you start to notice the contrast. That's the beautiful thing. You notice the contrast. So as you're getting used to this heightened confidence, you're starting to get used to this glow. You're starting to get used to this lesser anxiety and depression. You just feel stronger. You feel sharper. You feel clearer. You feel more attractive. People are responding to you differently. Women are more attracted to you. Men respect you more. You just attract more opportunities. You're starting to notice this difference. Wow. When I'm not giving into these urges and I'm keeping my mind and my spirit clear and I'm holding on to this energy, wow, things are a lot better. And so then when you relapse, you feel the contrast now. Now you notice there's a difference when you relapse versus most guys. They don't ever go on streaks. They just think this shit is normal. They do it every fucking day. They don't know any different. They don't know what it's like not to do that. Being chronically anxious and depressed and insecure and stuck in their head and lacking motivation and being cloudy-headed, that's just normal. They don't know any different. They don't try anything else. So you are getting used to what it feels like not to do that. And so then when you relapse, you feel the difference. Oh, fuck. Damn. Fucked up again. Damn, I feel like shit. All that confidence is gone. Man. Damn, I just feel weird again. I feel soft. Lost my drive. Fuck. You feel the difference now. So go on longer and longer and longer streaks until eventually you'll get to a point where you might go several weeks, you might go a month, you might go 2 months, you relapse, and you feel so low, you feel so shitty afterward. You're like, I am never doing that shit again. That's what happened to me. I think I went like 2.5 months, relapsed one day, and I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm never doing this shit again. Not worth it. Not fucking worth it. I'm too used to how it feels to be up here. When you relapse, you go back down. You feel it now because you're getting used to this new normal. You got to get used to the new normal and experience a contrast. So we're going to lay out these 4 steps once again. Write this down if you need to overcome your lust, get your fucking energy back under control. Number 1, remove all the sexually explicit stuff from your social media. Remove the temptations as much as you can. Remove everything that tries to put lust in your mind. scrolling, anything like that. Remove the temptations, number one, so you stop getting tempted. Number two, remove the people or minimize your exposure to the people who try to get you to focus on lustful shit. Number three, what was number three, guys? Fill your mind with the topic. Learn about it. Watch videos on it. You need to constantly be filling your consciousness about why this is so beneficial for you. Binge watch videos on retention, about sexual transmutation, about women attraction, about the aura that you cultivate. Learn about it. Affirm it constantly. That's what I did. And then number four, go on streaks. Notice the difference. You might relapse. Just go on longer and longer and longer streaks and get used to the new normal. Get used to it until you get to a point where it's like, I can't give this energy up because I feel so low after I do. I'm used to being up here now. So when I go down, it's such a bad contrast. You don't ever want to do it again. And when you do this long enough, guys, you completely desexualize your brain. You completely desexualize your brain. I never, ever get urges anymore, ever. It's completely out of my brain. I conquered lust years ago. I don't know how long it's been, like 4 or 5 years now. 5 fucking years, guys. Doesn't even come in, doesn't even appeal to me. Haven't looked at one dirty website. Haven't sat and looked at one model on Instagram or TikTok. Not one fucking time in almost 5 fucking years. Because it doesn't sit right with my spirit anymore. It's a dirty feeling. I can't even do it. I literally can't even let myself do it. It doesn't even appeal at all, because it's not in alignment with the man I've made myself into now. When I meet women and they're coming at me with lustful intentions, it makes me fucking shudder, guys. When they don't have pure energy, that's the thing too. Your relationships with people in general, but women, it changes. Now you see through the mask. You see through the veil. When you look at a woman, you're not fooled by her looks anymore. I'm attracted to energy. I'm attracted to a mindset now. And then the looks can only complement that. And it's okay if she's into me. It's okay if she lets me know, hey, Paul, I really like you and I'm down to do some stuff. But it's only after she's come to me with pure intentions and pure energy, not just coming out the gate with, oh, you're fine, can we fuck, or some weird shit. Because it's automatically Jezebel, nasty, impure spirit, moving with lust like a degenerate, low vibrational being. I don't want any part in that. Pure energy. I become a pure being myself, so I can only fuck with other pure beings. Simple. And you're going to find that this separates you from 99% of people, men and women. You become like a wolf among sheep. Most people are stuck in the lust trap and they're operating down here. When you rise up here, you're not going to fit in with these people anymore. Men or women, the majority of them are not going to be on your level anymore. You're not going to want to fuck with them because if you do, they're going to pull you back down to their level. So that's why when a man actually gets control over his lust and his sexual energy, he goes through seasons of isolation. I sure as fuck did. Sometimes years, guys. Years. Are you okay with that? Or do you need to sell yourself short because you need a companion? I need companionship. I need to fit in with people. I feel like I'm missing out. That's okay, bro. Just keep on being average. It's okay. Just keep on being average. It's okay. Because guess what? You keep on giving into your lust. You keep on licking that little blade over and over. Bleed yourself out slowly. And then your results in 10 years will speak for themselves. How about that? And mine will speak for themselves too. Because I didn't do that. Oh, but I'm missing out. Yeah, well, guess what? I think it's going to be worth it in a few years. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth missing out on what? Getting drained? Lacking inspiration and motivation? Being a low testosterone, soft little hazy-minded bitch who's manipulated by women because he thinks with lust so he doesn't see shit clearly? And he'll attract toxic people into his life and he'll settle for whatever he can get because he's just thinking with lust. You guys don't see shit clearly when you think with lust. You don't. You'll fuck with women who have the worst fucking energy ever. As long as she looks good. And I've said this before, guys. When you've cultivated your sexual energy, you gain a spirit of discernment so you can see people's intentions and energy on a deeper level. When I see or meet a woman who looks physically attractive on the outside, that'll do it for 99% of guys. But she has bad energy. I can sense that narcissism, that entitlement that she moves with. I can tell she doesn't have pure intentions. It's literally the equivalent of her looking good, but smelling absolutely terrible. So if I'm up next to her, oh yeah, she looks good, but then the smell, you can't get away from the smell. Smelling like fucking tuna and diarrhea and carcasses, death, roadkill. That's what it's like messing with with a woman with impure energy. She looks good, but when you really have a high sense of self, a high sense of worth, a spirit of discernment, it's not enough. Looks are not enough. But for most guys, it is. Why? Because they're slaves to lust. They operate down here. They don't look for the other shit. They just look for looks. Because you're a low vibrational, superficial fuck. So you resonate with low vibrational, superficial fucks. Those are your kinds of people. Because that's who you are. When you move in a different energy, now you expect more. You look at her energy and her mindset first. Her intentions first. Then the looks can only complement that. And I'll leave you guys with this. I wouldn't be here if I didn't get control over lust years ago. I wouldn't have started making content until I did that. I didn't make one fucking YouTube video until I got control over that. Did you know that? Every fucking video you've seen of me is because two primary things I give credit to. I built my body, but above anything else, because I did that before I got control over lust, got control over lust. Once I had all that extra energy built up within me, see, the thing is, your body reabsorbs it. When you're not releasing your seed, your body continues to produce it. That doesn't mean you need to release it like you dumb fucks think. Oh, well, I have too much. No, you fucking don't. You dumb fuck. Allow your body to reabsorb it because it charges up your aura. It nourishes your mind, your body, your spirit. It gives you creative downloads and ideas. It fortifies your spirit and gives you more power to bring into your creations, into your relationships, into your career. That's when I started making content, like I said, became an online coach, built my own successful online business, was because I got control over lust. You guys need to understand this. If I didn't have control over that shit, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here. I would have stayed low. I would have stayed at that average ass level. Wouldn't have had the vitality or the confidence to put myself out there every day the way that I do. Lust takes so much away from you guys. You don't understand. It takes so much, but you don't know any different. That's the sad part. Almost none of them know any different because they've done it their whole fucking lives. And it's just normal. Everyone around them does it. They do it. And they don't understand how much better of a man they could be, how much different their energy could be, how much different of a quality of life they could create if they held on to their life force energy. It's life force energy. It could create a child. It could make a baby. Think of that. It's meant to make a child. It holds all of your DNA. It holds every single vitamin and nutrient in your body. It's been said that one drop of a man's semen is equivalent to 100 drops of blood, as far as potency, as far as vitality that it holds. Do you realize how valuable that is? It is literally the most potent energy source a man's body creates. Why? Because it's meant to create life. Life. It's literally life. That's why it's called life force energy. When you hold on to it, you literally get more life. More life. You have more fucking life. But keep on draining it. Just be a low life. Because at least you'll fit in with everybody. At least you'll fit in with the herd, won't you? It's up to you. Keep on licking that blade if you want to. Sure tastes good, doesn't it? But it's going to be your detriment.